Good morning, students. Today I'm going to give you a PowerPoint presentation on the topic of nucleus in the subject of physics O levels. So concentrate yourself. If a substance is made up of only one type of atoms, we say it is an element. For example, consider a tripod made up of iron. So here are atoms. These atoms are all iron. There is nothing else here. So atoms. Atoms are the basic building blocks of matter that make up everyday objects. People thought that atoms were the smallest particles and could not be broken into anything smaller. So look at the size of the proton, neutron, and as compared to proton and neutron, look at the size of the electron. What can you say about the size of the electron compared to the neutron and proton? So if they think that atom is the smallest particle, what about the electron? What is the structure of an atom? Protons, neutrons, and electrons are not evenly distributed in an atom. P is a football pitch. The protons and the neutrons exist in a dense core. At the center of the atom, this is called the nucleus. So this is called the nucleus where neutrons and protons are present. The electrons are spread out around the edge of the atom. They orbit the nucleus in layers called shells. So these are the shells and they orbit around in the shells. Mass and electrical charge. There are two properties of the proton, protons, neutrons, and electrons that are especially important. Number one is mass, number two is electrical charge. So these are the two properties which are especially very important. So you have to learn them. Proton. The mass of the proton is 1 and the charge of the proton is +1. Mass of the neutron is 1 and charge on the neutron is 0. Mass of the electron is almost 0. Charge on the electron is -1. Now, the thing which we are going to read is atomic number and mass number. Mass number is also called nucleon number. So, the upper number that is greater number is called mass number, the larger number. And mass number is equal to number of the protons plus number of the neutrons. So, mass number is the sum of the protons and neutrons. So the lower, smaller number that is called atomic number or proton number. Number of the protons equal number of the electrons. What is the sodium atomic number? So atomic number is 11. How many protons does it have? So protons are 11. How many electrons does it have? Because this is a neutral, so 11 electrons are here. So when an element is neutral, when an atom is neutral, the number of the protons are equal to the number of the electrons. So protons will be 11 and electrons will also be 11 because atom is neutral. What is the mass number? Mass number is 23. How many neutrons does it have? So the formula to find the neutrons is mass number minus proton number. So here is the mass number and here is the proton number. So 23 minus 11 will be equal to 12. So number of the neutrons is equal to mass number minus number of the protons, that is mass number minus atomic number. That will be equal to 23 minus 11. So 12 neutrons are the answer. Next topic is periodic table. Elements in the periodic table are arranged in order of the atomic number. So in hydrogen atom, there is 1 proton, 0 neutron. So the method of finding the neutron is mass number minus atomic number. So 1 minus 1 will be equal to 0 neutron and 1 electron, because this is neutral atom. So 1 proton, 1 electron, and 1 minus 1, 0 neutron. In fluorine, there are 9 protons, 9 electrons, and 19 minus 9, 10 neutrons. So 9 protons, 19 minus 9, 10 neutrons, and 9 electrons. Magnesium. So there will be 12 protons. 24 minus 12 will be equal to 12, so 12 neutrons and 12 electrons. In carbon, there will be 6 protons. 12 minus 6 will be 6 neutrons and 6 electrons. In oxygen, there will be 8 protons. 16 minus 8 will be equal to 8 neutrons and 8 electrons. In iron, there will be 26 protons. 56 minus 26 will be equal to 30. 30 neutrons and 26 electrons. In tin, there will be 50 protons. 119 minus 50 will be equal to 69 neutrons and 50 electrons. Equal number of the protons and electrons. Atoms of the elements have no charge, they are neutral. What is the charge on a fluorine atom? This will be neutral because number of the protons will be equal to number of electrons. So it is having 9 protons, 9 electrons, and 19 minus 9, 10 neutrons. Because the number of the protons are equal to number of electrons, so that's why no charge, 0 charge will it have. Because 9 protons having plus 9 charge, 9 electrons having minus 9 charge. So they will cancel each other. So the net charge will be 0. So total charge is 0. How are the number of the electrons and atomic number related in a neutral atom? Because this is a neutral atom, so the number of the electrons and atomic number is same. They are the same. Now we are going to read isotopes. Different forms of the same atoms can exist. These are called isotopes. Isotopes are different forms of the same element that have the same atomic number but different mass number. So this is the definition. Learn it. Same atomic number but different mass number. Isotopes. An isotope is an atom with a different number of the neutrons. So look at different forms of the oxygen. So these are three isotopes. Look at the atomic number, that is same, but look at the mass number, that is different. So each isotope has 8 protons. If it did not, then it just would not be oxygen anymore. Remember it. Notice that the mass number is different. How many neutrons does each isotope have? In this, 16 minus 8. So in this, 8 neutrons will be there. 17 minus 8 will be equal to 9. This will have 9 neutrons. And 18 minus 8 will be equal to 10. So it will have 10 neutrons. So this will have 8 neutrons. This will have 9 neutrons. This will have 10 neutrons. Electrons will fill the shells nearest the shells first. So first shell will be filled first, then will be the second, then will be the third, and up to so on. This will be the order of filling the electronic shell. First shell holds a maximum of 2 electrons. This is the maximum number of the electrons that the first shell can have. Second shell holds a maximum of 8 electrons. So this is the second. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So second shell can have a maximum of 8 electrons. Third shell holds a maximum of 8 electrons. This electron arrangement is written as 288. So this will be the order like first shell is having 2. So that's why 2 will be written first. Second shell will have 8. So then 8. Third shell will have also 8. So that's why this is 8 and up to so on. So right now this element is having only 3 shells. So that's why 288 is the electron arrangement. What if you have more than 18 electrons? Where does the extra electron go? So definitely the extra electrons will go in the next shell, that is fourth shell, and then up to so on. Okay, summary. The atom so far, the nucleus is made up of the protons and neutrons. Positively charged because of the protons. So nucleus will have a positive charge. Dense, it contains nearly all the mass of the atom in a tiny space. So this is very important point. The almost whole of the mass of the atom contains into the nucleus. Electrons are very small and light and negatively charged, able to be lost or gained in chemical reaction, found thinly spread around the outside of the nucleus, orbiting in layers called shells. So these are the shells in which they orbit. So student, this was the topic. This was the PowerPoint presentation on nucleus in the subject of physics. So read this lecture again, learn it, understand it, and make your notes. Thank you so much.